G'day and welcome back to Shedhouse Motorcycles. I'm Rowan Mason and this is my channel for product review, how-to videos and the restoration of bikes from the 70s, 80s and 90s. Have subscribed to the channel. Thanks for getting into the shed with me. For those of you who haven't, please subscribe and get into the shed. This is going to be a truly Shedhouse experience that I want to share with you, so get on board and stay tuned. As I said earlier, we are about to start putting this 1981 Yamaha RD250LC back on the road. I've given myself 7 weeks to do it as a challenge to stop procrastinating and get it done. Whilst I have no background in motorcycle repair or construction, I am an auto electrician by trade, although I haven't practiced auto electrics for over 20 years. So back to the bike. Here in front of me is this Yamaha RD250LC from 1981. It was released in 1980 and it's very quickly deemed a two-stroke icon and a highly collectible bike today. Interestingly, the design had begun first on the 350LC and it was in production, although delays meant it was actually launched after the smaller sibling, the RD250LC. The RD250LC arrived early in the year of 80, first hitting the streets of Britain, followed by Japan and Australia a year later in 1981. And it's safe to say, with a top speed of 160 kilometers per hour, it took the motorcycle population, particularly the younger motorcycling population, by storm, both here in the UK and Australia. RD standing for Race Developed. It was the ultimate amateur racer motorcycle of its day and very popular in production racing. These bikes spawned many local legends, race and racing heroes. Still raced today in good numbers in classic racing here in Australia. In the UK it was known as the RZ250LC, although the whole RD line wasn't really aimed at the US market, as the emission laws were tightening in that country and effectively making two-stroke motorcycles obsolete. Although it was no longer produced in the UK market after 1983, the UK laws had changed in 83 and it restricted learners to a 125 motorcycle, which essentially killed the 250 market in Britain. In Australia, the 250 was recognisable by the red colour trim, whilst the 350 had a blue colour trim. By 1986, it was coming up time to replace the whole RD line, and it saw the TZR250 introduced as the first replacement for both the RD250 air-cooled and the RD250LC. The bike was also heavily promoted by Barry Sheen, a factory rider of the day, and there are many variations on this advertisement. This bike I bought from a friend in Adelaide over 10 years ago. He had ridden it on the streets of Adelaide, but had parked it up for some time in his garage. I bought it off him, and as I said, I had it in my garage for over 10 years or thereabouts. Prior to COVID, I had stripped the bike down and with the view to restore it. However, with lockdowns here in Victoria, it made it very hard to actually start the restoration process. So it's right now, after 4 years of stripping the bike, I'm ready to put it together. I've got no experience at it, as I've said. I really need your help, and I'm asking you to subscribe to the channel to encourage me to get this bike back on its feet and rideable. Would absolutely value your comments on how to. As I said, this is my first attempt, so I'm really up for any comments, tips or tricks, and I really just want to share my passion through this channel for restoration of bikes from the 70s, 80s and 90s, and I'm asking you to continue to follow me through subscription, and commenting will help me with getting the bike back on the road. So for now, that's the end of episode 1. Episode 2, we'll put the forks back into the bike, we'll get the back wheel back in, we'll get the front wheel in so it's a rolling chassis, we'll move it over to our work table off this table, so we can start to really get it together, put the motor in, start assembling the hardware. Sounds easy. I don't think it's going to be that easy. It's been a long time since I've opened a lot of these boxes, So I'm really not sure what I have and I haven't got. It's going to be a challenge, and I really want you to join me on the challenge. So until then, I'm Rowan Mason. This is Shedhouse Motorcycles. Get in the shed and stay safe.